What's up, everybody? You're here. You got the clicking behind the dash on your 2002 and up Explorer. I'm going to show you how to fix that right now. All right, so come over here to the interior. Yes, I have this thing all tore apart. I'll break it down piece by piece for you. I mean, all that over there. This thing just had a lot of other issues, like the door locks didn't work, the windows didn't roll up or down by the master switch or the passenger side switch over there, which wiring problem. I got that sorted and fixed, and now I've moved on to fixing this, which there's no battery in the vehicle, so I can't show you, but you know the problem if you have it. When you go from cold to heat, no heat, and you get clicking, click, click, click behind the dash, just constantly. Well, I've remedied that problem as well. Some people seem to think it's the vacuum hoses that come from the engine down the firewall and into the firewall over here, and then over to the solenoids, which it's possible. I'm not going to say it's not impossible. It's possible, but it's not likely. In these vehicles, it's very common for this issue, and the issue is this guy right here. This is the blend door actuator motor. It's just a series of plastic arm, goes into the heater box down here, which I'll show you guys in a minute. And there's plastic gears in here, which I'll take this apart because it's just snapped together, as you can see, and I'll show you guys what the problem is and what the clicking is. But enough about that. But this is your problem. Now, in order to do this, you got to take the this here driver's side interior panel. Back to what I was saying. It's not much that holds this whole panel on. It's not this job. Let me just get this out. This job is not horrible. You don't have to take the whole dash out of the car to do this. Take this. This is the left side console plastic piece. You got 8mm bolt here, and it's just a little plastic bezel you can pop off with your fingers. As you can see, it's just a clip here, and it just pops in. Hook your fingernail, pull it off, and accesses the bolt. 8mm. And you have 1 screw, 2 screws, 3 screws, and that's it. This up here is for the air duct that goes down the center of the console. Don't need to take that out, but you will need to take the screw out to get this piece loose, obviously. And at the front, it's just a nice piece of Velcro, very durable. And you just grab the front of it and just pop it loose. And key note things to watch out for: these clips right here, they break. If you've worked on anything, they break fairly easy. And with this application, the whole thing's got to come up and forward, so you can get out of the ones where it snaps in the back where the rear console is. Which I know it's confusing because I've already had this thing taken apart. But here's a little plastic bezel you got to pop off with your fingers. There's no screws, nothing like that. It just pops off, and it goes. The 8mm bolt is going to be in this hole right here, which. Here's the 8mm bolt. And you just pop this out. And now we'll go back up here to the front. And like I showed you, those things, you gotta be careful not to break. They go down in here, and you gotta pick up and go forward to remove the piece of plastic. But don't jerk and snatch and pull on it and break the tabs off and cause yourselves more headaches. You got just the 1, 2, and then the 3 right here. And then the rest of it goes down here. And this is just a dash brace. You gotta take this loose. It's got 2 bolts at the top, 2 nuts at the bottom. Nuts like this at the bottom, and 2 bolts at the top. Take those out. Take those out. You remove this guy, and here's your Velcro piece for the front of the plastic I showed you. It just pops on right there. And then you got this duct right here. It comes out for your feet and around your calf area where the heat or air blows out, whichever you have it on. And then you take the screws out right here, and there's just 2, one right here, one right here, and you have this wiring harness right here. You just pop that loose right there, and then you just pull this guy out. This is the way I did it. You just pull it out and just straight down like that, and you have access to the actuator motor, which is the problem. Which, like I said, I've already replaced this and fixed it. Here's your actuator motor. This is the shaft that goes into the blend door and actuates the blend door from heat and cold. And if you didn't know, your heat obviously comes from your heater core, which is just inside of this plastic thing. It comes apart right here. Screw here, and same thing on the other side. This drops down. You can access it. Not necessary for this job, but I'm just, just putting it out there, just so you know, in case you're not sure how this stuff works. But back to this. And I got the old one out, and this is the new one. I've already replaced it. I've already verified that it fixed the problem. This works 100%, but you have a mounting screw here, and you have another one. And it is tight, but it is not a bad job. There's the other one, and you have another one. I'll give you guys reference back here. It's up at the top. There's your wiring harness back there for the plug. Now this is a terrible. There's your wiring harness plug in right there, and if you see right above that, that's the third bolt you got to take out, and the actuator just comes right out. Now when I say comes right out, this corner of the dash right here, you will need to put a fair amount of force. You're not going to break it. It's very sturdy. As you can see, I'm shaking the car, and by pulling that out, it gives you access or more room to have. So essentially, this goes in there like that, and when you pull on this corner of the dash out, it gives you more room to be able to have enough room to slide this out, so you're not hitting the dash, and it'll come out. And I brought it out the back right here. Once you get it out, once you get the peg out of the hole here, it comes straight out, and then I just flopped it down, brought it out the back here, and unplugged it, and voila, here it is, basically. And you just need to get a new one. You can pause this. That's the part number factory. You can have cross-reference to make sure you get the right part. Or, let's see, where's the box? This is the part number that they sent me. This is the part. And you can also pause that. But yeah, that's the problem. And I'll show you. I'll show you. I'll pop this apart and show you the actual problem. Alright, here we are. I've just taken the screwdriver, and this one's actually broke, but I don't care because this is trash. Like I said, this is being replaced, but it's just snapped in all the way around with just a couple snaps. I'll do those. Take that off. Alright, where was I? Businesses. It's always business. Alright. Yeah, so here's the problem. Took the cover off, set it to the side. This is all your mechanics of how it works. You got an electric motor. This is a worm gear, the brass gold part, which turns this little plastic sprocket, which then has the smaller sprocket right here made onto it that turns the bigger gear, which turns the blend door actuator. And I'll demonstrate that because this one's broke. See, when you turn this knob right here from this way to this way, or vice versa, that electrical current is sent to this motor and spins the motor either forward or reverse, which causes the blend door to turn like that. Now the problem with this is you see me doing this, I should not be able to do this because it's locked. It's frozen with electric motor. This motor will not turn by hand. So that's how you know this is the problem. And if we take this apart, just slides the gear off and slide this gear off. If you look, all right, use my fingers. You see how the top of that little plastic part, right where my fingertip is? You don't see the tips of the gears, but if I turn it just a little bit, you see how you see the tips of the gears? No gears, and then gears, on the small part in the center. No gears. There's about 3 gears that's broke off. And the problem is this sits down in here like that, and like that, and then the bigger one, you know, of course, goes down on here like this. Well, if we can get it close, I'm going to try. It's not going to do it, of course. Stupid cameras. But anyways, you can see where the broken gears are. And that causes your popping. When you turn it, and this little motor turns this brass gear that turns this sprocket, when it comes around, because this thing just turns around 360 degrees. Okay, all this stuff does. And it's just got to stop, because this knows where to stop, which keeps it from, you know, going too far. But this just turns around 360 degrees until you reverse the motor. And with those sprockets being broke, that is what the popping is. It catches a gear. Of course, I can't make it do it, but it catches the gear, and this gear pops. That is the issue. So basically, we're going to take all this stuff and just throw it in the trash, because it's no good. And like I said, I have them fix this. And once you get this duct off, like I showed you how to take it out, down. Sorry about the traffic. The blend door actuator, the new one I've replaced, is right there. And this thing works fine. It's beautiful. And that's your problem. And then to, of course, put all this back together, it's just opposite of disassembly for the reassembly. But yeah, let's see. I got the battery and stuff hooked up. I can show you. I know I didn't show you before. It doesn't help you, but see, I've got it on heat and there's no clicking. I can go to air conditioner. If you watch that zip tie right there in the center of your screen, you see it moving. And then if I turn this back to heat, watch the zip tie, it'll move again. And that's how you know. I don't know what the zip tie is for. It's just something from the factory. It just happens to be touching the arm that actuates. And that's how I'm verifying. Of course, there's no sound, no clicking, and that's how I'm verifying the arm's actually moving. So if I turn it back, the zip tie will move again, because, like I said, that zip tie is laying against the arm in there. So yeah, no popping. Heat works. All is well. Once I get this all buttoned back up, the customer will be ecstatic, because, like I said, he's checked on it before, asking a couple things. And total, I have about, I don't know if, I guess you remember the beginning of the video, we had the windows didn't work, door locks didn't work, other things. Got about 2 hours in this thing, and everything's fixed already. I just got to put it back together.